There are a lot of PhDs, MBBS doctors. It is not what you know, but what you use that makes a difference. I have also seen, sometimes we say here, I must plead guilty, it is not revealing a secret. When I joined Karnataka, they would say, no, this is Rahu Kala. This is not the right time to do the work. Some calamity will fall. I said, doesn't matter, keep on working. Then they say, so and so time you should not get married. I said, the Muslims, the Sikhs, the Christians marry without bothering about Rahu Kala. And even Hindus do it also in North India. But heavens don't fall. Their rate of success marriages is as much as in this thing here. So I would say here, the time will never be just right. Start where you stand, work with whatever tools you have, and you will find better tools when you keep on working. I would say here, 2-3 things here. You must not try to pull down anybody. I would go a step further. That have only those people as your friends and colleagues who encourage you, not those who try to pull you down. There are a lot of fellows who will say, no, you can never succeed. And I can tell you, I have been a victim of that myself. When I filled in my form for the Indian Police Service, at that time one could appear at the age of 20. Many people said, yaar, tumhari to kabhi first division aayi nahi. You have never got first division. You will never succeed. I said, yes, probably there is some truth in that. Because a lot of negative fellows told me on that. But I found one of my friends who would not put 1/4 of the work I was putting in. And I said, if he can be selected, and he was selected, he is senior to me, I can walk into the Indian Police Service. And I did. So do not keep company with the people who are trying to show you it's almost impossible. It is not, you are not meant for that. I would only quote a Roosevelt's quotation, which I specifically brought for this program. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you would like to win but think you can't, it's almost certain that you won't. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger man or woman, but sooner or later, those who win are those who think they can. So I would say here, planning and prioritizing. It is just not enough to plan only and have a goal. You must set yourself on fire, whether you are in the business or another profession, to achieve your definite goal. Please understand, there is a price tag for everything to be done in life. And the price of success is the amount of work you put in. If you are not willing to pay the price, then I am afraid you are going to be wherever you are. Raghav said something very nice. It's all in the mind. Mind is a very stupid creature. You tell this fellow, you are going to be the top actor. It will say, yes sir, you are going to be the top actor. You tell the mind, no, I am going to failure. He says, yes sir, you are right. So it takes the same amount of effort to be happy, to be cheerful, to be positive, as it takes to be negative. You must also kindly understand that your success and happiness depends on you. One last thing which I would like to mention is, I would like to compliment you, Abdul Razak Sahab, Lakshminarayan Sahab, Mohandas ji, that you are doing a tremendous service, and Ramesh ji for helping in the field of education. Because education is what is going to matter in the world, matter anywhere at all. I know we are very deficient. In India at present, there is a shortage of 8 lakh teachers in the country. By 2011 it will be 11 lakhs. There are many schools which have no teachers, which have no blackboards here. But whatever little bit you are doing is most welcome. There was a shocking affidavit filed. You have to thank God that you are in a good place, good position, good earning. 51% of Delhi's population live in slums. There is an affidavit filed in Delhi High Court, without water supply, without electricity on that one. Naturally, for those people, important struggle is where the next meal is going to come along. There have been children of rickshaw pullers who are made to the Indian Ministry of Service, Police Service, because their parents thought it is worthwhile to invest in good education. I have seen my own servants sending their children to the best of schools, my own driver. I said, whatever is required, we will help you out, whatever little bit we can do that. He says, at least he should not be driver. The child should not be maid servant here, he should have a better life here. So, my compliments to you for helping people back home, and my salute to you for a wonderful work you are doing on this one also, and to the Indian community which have made it possible, and to the Indian Embassy. Please understand, whatever you may say about our country, despite its poverty, despite its lack of facilities, it is your home back home. When people had to leave from Uganda, they came to India. When people had to leave Myanmar, they came to India. That's always going to be your home back home, wherever you may be here. And I must mention something very interesting to you before I close. A friend of mine, a Sikh gentleman, he became a British citizen, my own class fellow. He was telling me himself. He came to Delhi, there's two queues, foreigners and Indians. So he went and stood in the foreigners' queues. The custom fellow asked him, Sardar ji, tusi itthe kyun khade? Sardar sahab, why are you standing in that queue? He says, I am British. He says, tenu kine kya British? Who told you are British? You are one of us. So, this is said in he felt so good that even after that also nobody treats me as a Britisher. They say you are one of us. So you have a home back home. You have done very well. Serve this country well. Serve the Amir well. Give them full loyalty. And continue helping the frontliners for doing a good job. I am personally grateful to them that they gave me an opportunity to come and meet you all. Otherwise I would not have been able to see that India with 18 official languages, 28 states, 693 dialects, it still exists here. That's why I asked you what language should I speak. In 73 I went to Iran with my then minister, late Gullu Rao, who became Chief Minister of Karnataka later on. And we were talking in English. My Kannada was not that good. We could manage it all right, we could understand. So some Iranian asked, are you not from India? I said, yes. He said, but why don't you speak the same language? I said, no, my mother tongue is different from his mother tongue. We communicate only in English. So